Welcome to the Summer City Show, where we encompass both the City Show and the Tom Driver Show here. I'm Pat O Melia. I do this to entertain you, inform you, and educate you a bit. Today, well, basically, it's been all Amy DeGeese all the time, the last week or so. But before we jump into this, don't forget the stuff on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those. Don't forget live stream Vimeo, where we just agreed to another year with them. Before we get into Amy DeGeese and the accident she was involved in, let's do something on a happier note. But no, it's not that happier note. It's the rents in Jersey City. Jersey City has turned out to be the highest rent city in the United States. I got some questions about the metrics that was used to come up with this, but as it stands right now, Jersey City is number one. And it's expensive in Jersey City. I don't know if we're more than New York City yet, but in 2016, the last time I looked at one of these charts, we were number 4. We were behind New York City, Boston, and San Francisco. Now we're number 1. Back in 2016, the average rent in Jersey City for a one-bedroom was $2,779. As of today, according to this last survey from rent.com, it is $5,500. Not a surprise, because we've been talking about this for quite a while on the City Show, the unaffordability of Jersey City, and when we keep trying to build affordable housing, what really is affordable? That's the question. And when we're looking at $5,000 a month for a one-bedroom, nobody in Jersey City can afford that. All right, we're going to break for commercial. When we come back, we'll get into what everybody's talking about. Amy DeGeese. We'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back. Pat O Melia here, Summer City Show / Tom River Show. If you wonder why we don't do a lot of programming during the summer, we go on a hiatus and we work on shows, we work on new ideas and new graphics and all, is we can't run the air conditioners in the studio during the summer because you would pick up the sound of the air conditioner on the audio here. It is hot as hell in the studio now, especially wearing a jacket. But let's get into what everybody's talking about, at least on social media. Amy DeGeese, she was involved in an accident on July 19th. I can't emphasize this enough with what occurred. Amy did not cause the accident. A moron bikey boy, I would have a different word on my notes here. I'll go with moron or idiot bikey boy, was the fault of this accident. In no other world was anybody can say he didn't cause this accident. He is the reason there was an accident, this guy on the bike. What has occurred since then is everybody, of course, everybody gets offended in the world of social media now. They're looking for Amy to resign and all. We all need to take a back seat. They're piling on Amy now. They're talking about, she's unpaid parking tickets. Guess what? You live in Jersey City, you're going to have unpaid parking tickets. You're going to receive lots of parking tickets in Jersey City. In one of the stories, they said Amy had racked up dozens of parking tickets going back into 2005. I live in the Heights. If you just got 2 tickets a year for the 17 years going back to 2005, that would be dozens of tickets. Anybody in the Heights would tell you we would love to only get 2 tickets a year. 2 tickets. We would stop by the parking authority and just give them the money for 2 tickets a year and bring cookies if that was a deal. 2 tickets a year, she's doing pretty good that way. If she only had dozens of tickets going back to 2005. Like I said, I can't emphasize that the whole cause of this accident is this idiotic bikey boy. He's at fault here. Bikey boy caused this accident, nobody else, just him alone. Not Amy DeGise, bikey boy caused this accident. It's very clear, and we'll roll the footage here, that bikey boy didn't give a damn about the traffic laws, the people around him, the cars, the pedestrians, people in crosswalks. That didn't matter to bikey boy. He was just pedaling along. Usually when people's lives are going nowhere, they're usually in a hurry. It is clear from the footage. He didn't care. When you look at the footage, and John and Greg are going to show it to you here, you see this red GMC on MLK coming to Forest Street, and he begins to stop. And he comes to a full stop, and that's when you pick up bikey boy. You see bikey boy in the distance, a couple of 100 feet away, 4, 5, 6 car lengths at least. You see bikey boy pedaling away. He's making the delivery. At least he said he was making a DoorDash or a Uber Eats delivery. Probably wasn't doing anything of that nature. Bikey boy is pedaling along. Now you see the red GMC stopped. You see the light is red. Bikey boy is pedaling along. Bikey boy crosses the double line. Bikey boy travels in to oncoming traffic. He crosses into the oncoming traffic lane because he's an idiot. He has no regard for anybody's safety. He's just pedaling along. Bikey boy goes into the intersection of MLK and Forest, and since, when you're an idiot moron, you don't even look the right way. If you notice, you'll see bikey boy looks to his left. Forest Street is a one-way going west in Jersey City. He looks up. What you should do is look in the direction of the traffic to make sure you're not going to be hit by a car. But what bikey boy should have done the whole way is, first off, stop at the light. Don't cross into oncoming traffic lane. Don't cross the double line. Don't blow the red light. Go into the intersection and then look to the left instead of looking to the right. He caused the accident. Bottom line, he is at fault here. Now, what happened after that, that gets into the world of legalities here. But make no mistake, bikey boy is the reason all this happened. He elected to blow through a red light that he's seen 200 feet at least away. He's seen it the whole way. He's riding along. You see him coming down. There's that red GMC. And he goes into the oncoming lane, crosses the double lines, cuts back in front of the GMC, blows through the red light, looks left instead of right, bang, he gets hit. He caused the accident. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care,
the latest clinical trials,
researchers working to find a cure,
and nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
We're back. Summer City Show. Pat O Melia here. Don't forget everything on the bottom of the screen. Again, this is all Amy all the time because this show does air on social media. Amy is not at fault here. Bikey boy is the reason this accident occurred. He had complete disregard for public safety, rules of the road, anything that pertained to any source of safety, he didn't care. Because he was pedaling on to do something. Somebody said he was going to McDonald's to pick up a DoorDash delivery. Hopefully, any of these bike organizations, Uber or DoorDash or whoever, don't utilize this guy. Because if he has no regard for rules of the road, he's only going to cause another accident somewhere down the line. Now, according to a lot of the reports, Bikey Boy flew over the hood of Amy DeGee's car. That didn't happen. If you look at the footage again, you can slow it down. It's available on YouTube. It's available quite a bit. You can slow this down. Bikey Boy almost makes it through. After he blows through the red light, he almost makes it past Amy DeGee's. Amy DeGee's right front fender clips his rear tire of his bike. And that sends the bike flying, sends him head over heels into the pavement. Now, if you look, what's really interesting here before we get into Amy DeGee's, if you look at all the vehicles that are at the location at the action, you have the red GMC, you have cars now backed up behind the red GMC because they stopped for the light. Unlike Bikey Boy, they follow the rules of the road. And on the opposite camera angle, you'll see a straight job there, and in the distance, you'll see the Jersey City parking enforcement. Now, one of those cars stopped to offer assistance. Not one person got out of their car to see what happened to Bikey Boy. You know, and in the back of their minds, I guarantee when they seen the accident occur, the straight job has a perfect view of it, the GMC has a perfect view, and the cars behind the GMC may be obstructed to somewhat to the view, but they certainly seen what happened. Maybe the parking enforcement guy, he's certainly seen the aftermath. None of them offered any assistance. I guarantee you, when they were all mine, when he got up and hobbled away, they all probably said, F him. He earned it. He's the one. And I guarantee, it's not a matter of, he blew the light. And a lot of these news stories try to get around, he blew through the red light. He didn't just blow through the red light. He's seen the red light for a couple of 100 feet. And he probably sped up. Then he crossed those double lines, crossed into oncoming traffic, cut back across the GMC, blows through the intersection in the red light, looks to the left instead of right, and boom, he gets hit. Fortunately, he didn't get hit flush. He didn't land on the hood of Amy's vehicle. She clipped his right rear wheel. You know, and Bikey Boy, you know, he made some comments and did some interviews with the news. Bikey Boy at first claimed that he had the right of way to NBC. And that's on YouTube. He lied. Bikey Boy knew damn well he didn't have the light. Again, if you look at the footage, see Bikey Boy sees that red light for at least 200 feet. He's going around the cars because the cars are stopping. The red GMC is stopped at the light. Bikey Boy doesn't give a damn about that. Blows into the oncoming lanes, cuts back in front, then blows through the red light. Then he gets hit. Fox News, our boy Bikey Boy again, said he thought the light was green. No. You didn't think the light was green. We can see that you knew the light was red. You've seen it for at least 200 feet. Now, Bikey Boy supposedly is going to file a lawsuit. I'm not sure what the grounds of that would be, that he's a moron and that he blew through a red light. He went out of his way to blow through a red light. Again, you've seen it go a couple 100 feet. Cross over the double red lines. Cut in front of the GMC, blows through the red light, looks the wrong way, gets hit. This guy didn't do a damn thing right. He gets no sympathy from me. Fortunately, he's not hurt. What Bikey Boy didn't realize when he was doing these interviews, that Jersey City had CCTV cameras there. Actually, they had at least 4. Because you see the 2 different angles. Those are from the CCTV cameras looking north and south on MLK Drive. And if you look closely to the right, you'll see the Jersey City Eye in the Sky sitting there. You'll see 2 more cameras. I have not seen any of the footage from the Eye in the Sky cameras. Somewhere down the line, I guess we'll see that. One of the things that truly amazed me is, one, that the CCTV cameras were working, And two, they had pretty good footage. You could see everything that occurred. Normally you get these security videos, not too good. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the City Summer Show. We'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
We're back. You're watching the City Summer Show / Tom's River Show. All right, before we get on to the Amy aspect of this accident, let's recap. Bikey Boy, the idiot on the bike. Bikey Boy committed a series of bad road decisions, as we can see. Bikey Boy sees the red light. He's a couple hundred feet away. Bikey Boy decides to cross over the double line. Now, keep in mind, when you're riding a bike, you have to observe the same rules of the road. They apply to bikes the same as they apply to cars. Bikey Boy doesn't feel that way, obviously. Crosses over the double lines into the oncoming traffic. Bikey Boy blows through the red light that he's seen for a couple of hundred feet with total disregard for anyone's safety, vehicle, pedestrians, anyone in crosswalks. He's just pedaling along. Bikey Boy doesn't even bother to look in the right direction of traffic. He looks to the left instead of the right, where Amy DeGeese and other cars are coming from. And Bikey Boy gets clipped on the rear tire of his bicycle. Now for Amy. In my opinion, I hadn't asked Amy about this. I've texted with her a little bit. I didn't ask her, what happened there, in the accident. That's going to be handled by the courts. My opinion, I don't think Amy realized she hit the guy. I don't see any reflex action from Amy when I'm looking at the footage. I don't know if she realized that she clipped this guy. She thought, it was somebody threw something at her. Whatever the case is, I honestly don't believe Amy realized she hit this guy. He didn't land on you heard news reports that he landed on the hood of a car. He didn't land on the hood of a car. The right front fender of her car clipped his rear wheel, and that sent him flying. If Amy didn't realize she hit the guy, that would explain a lot. With Amy, I've known Amy since she was a young kid. Amy is do-goody. He's one of those do-goody type of people. I don't really believe if she knew she hit somebody, she wouldn't have stopped. I don't believe she realized she hit someone. Maybe she, like I said, maybe she thought somebody threw something, a towel, a banner, or something like that, that she's possibly seen on the right side of her car. But that's for the courts to decide what happens with Amy DeGeese. That's not for us to decide. That's why we have courts. This isn't our first rodeo here in Jersey City where elected officials get jammed up with something or some sort of thing. It's happened before, and you let it play out in the courts. The court of public opinion isn't usually right. We just had situations where charges would drop against elected officials. These things happen, so we need to take a deep breath and be patient here. Amy was issued 2 summonses. One for failing to report the accident. Again, I'm not even sure she knew she was in an accident, strictly my opinion. And the second one for leaving the scene of an accident. Now, leaving the scene of an accident, which would be called a hit and run, could be a felony if convicted of that. It could also be a misdemeanor. Now, if there's heavy bodily damage, somebody's got serious injuries, you're probably looking at a felony. Minor injuries or no injuries, you're looking at a misdemeanor here. And with her lifelong record of, being a good person, public service, parking tickets notwithstanding, I'm sure when all's said and done, if she's convicted of anything, she'll be convicted of a misdemeanor. Now, if she's convicted of a felony, yeah, she has to step down as an elected official. But if she's convicted of a misdemeanor or less, no, she doesn't have to step down then. That's how the courts will view this. Yeah, it's going to be either or. Either going to be a felony or a misdemeanor. And I'm kind of certain with her background, her history, and the footage from the accident itself, that the end result of this will be is a misdemeanor. Calls for Amy's resignation is really premature here. Let's let this play out in court. If there's a felony conviction, that's a different story. She'll have to resign. Misdemeanor? No. Then she continue on, and she can redeem herself in the eyes of the people that question what occurred on July 19th. And I'm sure if we give Amy DeGeese the opportunity, she'll redeem herself to everyone's satisfaction here in Jersey City and Hudson County. Because, like I said, she's been a goody two-shoes for a long time. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the City Summer Show. We'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back. Summer City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Let's continue on. As far as Amy DeGeese is concerned, her lifelong record of public service here, from being an elected school board member to being a school teacher to chairman of the HCDO and, of course, a council at large, I think she's earned our patience. So we should all sit back and let this play out in the courts. But I will take her for task for this. I'm sure you all seen the video where she's getting towed in Hoboken. And people say, well, she tried to work her way out of getting towed. Well, who wouldn't try to work their way out of getting towed? Come on. The cop's hooking up the truck. You're going to do everything you can to get out of that tow. You're going to drop every name you can, anything you could possibly do. You're going to tell a cop there's a kidney in a cooler in that car that you got to bring to the hospital for a transplant. I will take Amy DeGeese to task for this. Having an unregistered vehicle, there is one simple, easy thing to do in the world of the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission, and that is renewing your registration. It is the only simple thing you can do at the motor vehicles. You do it online, boom, 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 and it's done. Anything else you have to do at motor vehicles is pulling teeth. I got a transfer of plates. I think I said this on one of the other shows. I needed to pick up the forms, the transfer of plates. You need the transfer, you need the sales tax, and the title transfer. Go to motor vehicles, they only have one of those three forms. I think you have to go to different motor vehicles to get all three of the forms you need, and then find a motor vehicles that actually does plate transfers. So I'll take Amy DeGeese to task for not renewing her registration. It's the easiest thing to do. But it's funny how people are getting all upset over Amy and the tow trying to get out of it. Give me a break. Name drop. Like I said, I'd say there's a kidney in the car. What should come of all of this? Well, personally, I would like to ban bikes off major roads, but that's not going to happen. Even though we don't have a lot of bikes using our city streets now, and I doubt if we ever will, it's really not a practical mode of transportation. You know, it's not a 24/7, 365 mode. You're not going to drive that when it's freezing out, snowing out, icy out, super hot, or it's raining. You're not riding a bike. So, and we're putting a lot of infrastructure in. We probably shouldn't make that heavy investment. What we should be doing, we should at least request a registration and insurance and maybe a license for bikes and e-bikes that are utilized for commercial purposes, such as Uber or DoorDash or whatever messenger services. If adults are going to operate these in a line of commercial aspect, we should have a registration and insurance on, because bikes and e-bikes can cause an accident. They cause an accident, they have no insurance. Well, who's paying? We should at least have that. I don't even understand how we got e-bikes legal on the streets without a registration, license, or insurance. And I understand anything under 50 cc's doesn't require that. 50 cc's can get you up to at least 30 miles an hour. You tweak that a little bit, you can get that 50 cc's getting a little scooter about 40 mile, maybe 45 miles an hour. We should probably require bikes and e-bikes used in the commission of commercial business to have insurance and registration, and maybe you want to put a license on there. But if you're an adult, you probably have a driver's license. Like I said, yeah, bike infrastructure, we're talking about protected bike lanes and all. When I was a kid, I drove all over Jersey City. You know what? I would go through intersections without getting hit by cars because obviously I was a better bicyclist than Bikey Boy here. You know, we stopped at the lights when we were kids. All my friends, we all made it home every day. And we rode bikes until we got into cars. And we all got into cars at a very early age. But we all managed to ride through all over Jersey City after school and get home without incident. And even at a young age, we all observed the rules of the road. It is unfortunate what happened. Fortunately, this guy didn't suffer any serious injuries, but make no mistake about it. He is the reason there was an accident. He went out of his way to cause this accident. Total disregard for the safety of the cars, the pedestrians around them, people in crosswalks. He didn't care. He blew right through that red light, crossed double lines, blew through an intersection, and unfortunately, he got hit. But make no mistake about it, he is the reason there was an accident. Hopefully, that's the only one. All right, like I said, let's have some patience. Let's let the courts deal with this, and we'll all agree with whatever the court's decision is. I'm Pat O Melia. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.